You woke up with good intentions today, things you wanted to accomplish, important things. But then the morning started. Emails, messages, small decisions, maybe a meeting. And by the time you finally sat down to do your real work, you felt a little off, less sharp than you wanted to be. That's not tiredness, that's decision fatigue. And it's silently stealing your best hours every single day. But here's the good news. It's completely fixable. With 3 simple habits that take less than 10 minutes to set up. Let me show you exactly how. Your brain has a powerful system. It's called the prefrontal cortex. It handles your best thinking, your most important decisions, your creative work. But here's what almost nobody knows. It runs on limited fuel. Every decision you make, no matter how small, burns that fuel. Checking emails? Burns fuel. Choosing what to wear? Burns fuel. Replying to a message? Burns fuel. A psychologist named Roy Baumeister called this ego depletion. The idea that your decision-making power works like a battery, full in the morning, draining with every choice you make. And when it runs low, your brain switches modes. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman discovered 2 thinking systems. System 2, your slow, rational, best quality thinking. System 1, your fast, automatic, go with default thinking. When your fuel runs out, your brain shifts from System 2 to System 1, whether you want it to or not. That's why what you do in the morning matters more than anything else. Your fuel is full, but most people spend it on the wrong things. Here's what this actually looks like in your life. Problem 1. Your most important work gets your worst brain. Most people check emails first thing in the morning, answer messages, sit in meetings, handle small tasks. Then they try to do their real work in the afternoon. But by then, the fuel is mostly gone. Researchers once studied a group of judges making decisions all day. Early in the day, they approved about 65% of cases. By the end of the day, that number dropped to nearly 0. Same cases, same judges, different brain. That's your afternoon brain making your most important decisions. Problem 2. Your discipline collapses in the evening. And it's not weakness. You eat well during the day, you avoid your phone, you stick to your plan, then 9 p.m. arrives, and suddenly everything falls apart. That's not a character flaw, that's decision fatigue. Your prefrontal cortex is empty, and your reward system is running the show. It only cares about what feels good right now. Every time you've caved to something you said you wouldn't, that's usually not weakness, that's a timing problem. Comment yes below if your discipline drops off in the evenings. I want to know how many people this is happening to right now. Problem 3. You're spending your peak hours on the wrong things. Science shows your brain peaks in the first 90 minutes after waking. Your focus chemicals are at their highest. Your prefrontal cortex is fully charged. This is your best window of the entire day. And most people spend it on email. By the time you sit down to your real work, the tank is already half empty. The good news? You don't need to change your whole life. You just need 3 simple habits. Each one takes less than 2 minutes to set up. But together, they protect your best thinking every single day. Habit 1, the night before plan, takes 2 minutes, works every time. Tonight, before you sleep, write down the one most important thing you need to do tomorrow. Just one, not a list. One thing. When you wake up, that goes first. Before email, before messages, before anything else. Even 45 minutes on your most important task at your peak produces more than 3 hours of the same work in the afternoon. Protect the first hour. It's your most valuable asset every single day. Habit 2. The decision batch. 10 minutes on Sunday. Saves hours every week. Every small decision you make in the morning burns fuel. What to wear? Burn. What to eat? Burn. What to listen to? Burn. So decide all of these in advance. Pick your outfits for the week on Sunday night. Prepare the same breakfast every weekday. Create one commute playlist and stop choosing every morning. This isn't about being boring. It's about saving your best fuel for the things that actually need it. And move your email to after your peak window, not 9 a.m., 11 a.m., when the prefrontal cortex has already done its best work. Habit 3, the glucose reset. Takes 30 seconds, backed by neuroscience. Your brain runs on glucose. When glucose drops, your thinking slows down, your decisions get worse, your patience disappears. Before any important thinking session, eat something small, a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, complex carbohydrates. This isn't snacking. This is fueling your brain before it does its most important work. And at lunch, avoid heavy carb meals. They cause a glucose crash about 2 hours later, right when you're trying to think clearly in the afternoon. Light protein and fat instead. Your brain stays sharper, longer. Here's the truth. You're not underperforming because you lack discipline. You're not underperforming because you're not smart enough. You're just spending your best resource in the wrong order. Your brain has a peak. It's shorter than you think. It's earlier than most people use it. And right now, it's being spent on emails and small decisions, while the work that actually matters gets whatever's left. That's a sequencing problem. And sequencing problems have sequencing solutions. Protect the window. Use it first. Let everything else come after. Your best thinking hasn't gone anywhere. It's just being spent before it reaches the work that deserves it. Which of the 3 habits are you starting with tonight? The night before plan, the decision batch, or the glucose reset? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you're not here to stay average, subscribe. And if you want to understand what happens to your brain every time your mind starts to wander, that video is right here. I'll see you there.